I've got Eric out here. He's working Merlin some more. He's making some real progress. I'll show you. He's really getting his spinning down. He's such a good boy. This is a big horse. He's, I don't know, he's like 16.2 or 16.3 or something like that. Just about need a ladder to get on him. But he's a really nice horse. He's starting to get more and more coordinated and, you know, figure out stuff. It's harder for the taller horses a lot of times. You'll hear a lot of people in Western riding, you know, the shorter horses or the smaller horses are a lot of times more coordinated. And but I think it probably has to do with just spending the time with them too. You know, he's still filling out. He was like a gangly teenager for a while. He's starting to fill out nice now though. Such a sweet temperament, this guy. He's just a wonderful horse. Has a lot of try in him. Just really wants to work with you and stuff. We thought he was going to be more, a little bit hotter, you know, how he was when he was younger. Just thought that, but he's actually just real kind of mellow, easy about everything. He's kind of grown up and just real mellow horse. You know, not in a big rush. Doesn't get himself worried or anything like that. Just gives him that demeanor of just, you know, just like he's an old seasoned horse. And he's pretty young. I think he's 4. I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, he's a great horse. He's a really, and he's flashy. You know, he's really pretty. But as you can see, he's really starting to move off this Eric's subtle cues. Yeah, he's just, look at that. He's doing really well. Still getting used to the bit. He's just playing with it. But you hear, that's a bit we got from Pat Puckett out in California. He calls it his missing link snaffle bit, and he calls it that. It's kind of like a play on words. It's like the missing link to, you know, the answer to what you're looking for, and or also the missing that doesn't have a link in it. It's just a straight. I don't know what you call it, like a straight shank with a cricket on it. You'll hear that cricket, and it's a little roller. And like Pat says, if the horse is doing the cricket constantly, then you have a worried horse. And if he's not doing it at all, you've got a worried horse because he's balling up his tongue and holding it against the cricket and preventing it from moving. So what you want to hear is that intermittent, you know, cricket every once in a while, and it shows that the horse's mouth is relaxed and his tongue's relaxed and he's not worried. And you know, so that's what it's for. And like he's not doing it now. He's probably concentrating on what's going on with Eric. But then you'll hear him like do it occasionally. But it's kind of another way to help you know what's going on in the horse's mind. Any kind of window like that can really help you. Yeah, but he's doing really well. I'll go and get one of those missing links, and I'll show you what it's like, and I'll put it in the video. Okay, here's the missing link snaffle I was talking about. There's that cricket. See, it doesn't have any hinge or anything here in the snaffle. It's just a straight, I guess like a, I don't know what you call it, a straight bar shank or something. It's got that cricket in there. So this is the bit that Pat Bucket recommends, and I was talking about in the video. And you'll hear our horses a lot of times. You'll hear that cricket going back and forth, and making the noise. So that's if it goes really fast, constant, then the horse is nervous. If it's not moving at all, they ball their tongue up underneath it, and they're kind of nervous. And if it just every once in a while, they just do it, click, 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 just every once in a while, then they're fine. So that's the missing link snaffle. You can see them on Pat's website. I think it's called The Discipline Ride. You hear him doing it now. It's like creak, 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 creak. That's kind of what you want to hear. It lets you know that he's relaxing. So he's kind of doing it intermittent. But it takes a lot of concentration for these horses to do this kind of stuff. Eric and I were talking about this the other day, and I mean, think about it yourself. How long can you focus on something, that you find difficult to do? I mean, and how exhausting that is for you. Think about that. And when you do, you'll marvel at how well the horses do at that. I mean, it just blows my mind how they can maintain this level of concentration. They're listening to your body movements, your leg, your seat, your hands on the rein, your vocal thing, what's going on. I mean, they've got all this stuff going on, and they're reacting to it and responding to it and all that. It's amazing to me that they can do all that. I'm always just flabbergasted by them. Very impressive. Horses are just such impressive animals. I love working with them. I think it's such an honor. They're wonderful. See how he's putting his hand on his neck there? That's a calming thing. And if you ever watch, if you watch Eric's legs, he's very conscious of what his legs are doing and being off the horse and stuff. I've seen a lot of, and I don't know English riding or anything, but I've seen a lot of English riders like when they're posting and stuff. It's like they jab their horses with their spurs every rhythm, boom, 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 boom. I don't know if there's a point in that or not. To me, I think it just desensitizes them to your leg, and it's where they just start to ignore you. But anyhow, I don't know enough about English riding. But when you watch Eric's legs and stuff, I mean, you see how he's got his legs off that horse right now, and so that they mean something, it's important. So he's using his, see, he's putting that right rein on that horse, on his Merlin's neck, and he waited for him to make the turn before. Gave him a little bit of time. And what Eric will say too is, as the horse knows more, he gets more demanding with it and expects more and expects a little quicker each time and stuff like that. But when they're first learning, give them plenty of time to figure it out. But once they know, then he gets more picky about it. And that's a good way to think about it with yourself. Yeah, he's doing really well. I'm very pleased with him.